My name is Rafael, you're watching Rock and Roll Garage, and today we're going to talk about Aerosmith. They sadly announced their retirement from touring, and we're going to talk about how some rock stars reacted to that. But first, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave your comment, tell me what you think. Tell me if you had the chance to see Aerosmith live or not, how he was, what's your favorite album, you know, everything you want to say about the band, and let's talk about that. Well, they announced last year their farewell tour, probably their second or third farewell tour, but it seemed like it would be the farewell tour this time, of course, because of their ages. But the thing is, Steven Tyler suffered a vocal injury back in September 2023, and that was when they played their final show. And since then he was trying to recover his voice, and everybody was waiting for that. Everybody thought they would be able to come back eventually, but really it was something that nobody was expecting. There were no rumors about that until they released an official statement about the end of the end of this part of the band, the touring part of Aerosmith, of course, because they didn't say the band was over and etc. They just said they were retiring from touring, and I really think that they might play a few shows. I don't know, within a few years, maybe, you know, something on and off. I don't know, an special appearance and something like that. I don't think they're done for good and they're never going to play live again. Of course, they won't be touring anymore. They won't do extensive tours. In my opinion, they didn't say anything about that. But, you know, it's not... The statement doesn't rule out live appearances. It just says the band retired from touring. But who knows, maybe they can play one or two shows within a few years. I don't know. Let's hope something can happen and Steven can get a little bit, at least, of his voice back, so he can sing a few songs, maybe songs that he won't have to reach a high register and etc. But that's the statement the band released, and today I'm gonna show you some reactions some artists posted online, and you know, Aerosmith is certainly one of the most influential bands of all time, certainly one of the biggest American hard rock bands of all time. I don't know, you know, in my opinion, they're like the American Rolling Stones, you know. They're really incredible because they had two phases. I mean, that 70s phase, and then obviously the more commercial phase in the 80s and 90s and so forth. But let's start. You know, the first one I want to show is Brian May, the Queen guitarist, who is and co-founder, who is a big fan of Aerosmith, and this is what he said. "This has brought a tear to my eye. Aerosmith have been a huge part of my life, as they have been for millions of other rock fans. Steven Tyler stands as one of the greatest vocalists and frontmen of all time, and it's heartbreaking that his extraordinary voice has been so damaged. We all send our love and prayers for your recovery, Steve. It's also typical of the pure class of the band that they have made and broadcast this bold decision in such style. The career of Aerosmith is truly something to celebrate forever. All things must pass, but the inspiring work of Aerosmith will live on, along with the memories of truly one of the most awesome bands to ever hit the stage." That's what Brian May said. Great message. I'm also going to read now Slash, the Guns N' Roses guitarist, who has been, you know, Aerosmith has been a huge influence in his life. And he said, "Just wanted to take a moment to thank Aerosmith for everything. Without this band, none of this would have been possible." That's what Slash said. The Heart guitarist Nancy Wilson also posted a message. She said, "Aerosmith might be stepping off the road, but their awesomeness prevails as magnificent maestros of rock. That's what Nancy Wilson said. And these are all, all these people we talked, they're good friends of the band. They tour with the band, many of them. And let's go to the next is Steve Stevens, known for his work with Billy Idol. He said, hearing of Aerosmith's retiring from touring is a huge curtain closing for classic rock. One of the absolute best shows I ever saw were those guys performing in a hotel ballroom at the Warner Brothers record convention. They were about to launch permanent vacation, newly sober and so much to prove. My message to the fans, do not hesitate to go see your favorite artists. I do not for a moment take for granted that while playing an arena tour here in Canada, I get to share the stage with one of the greats, Billy Idol each night. He's just killing it every night with such an amazing band as well. Thank every one of you that are coming to these shows. He also thanked for that, for the people who are going to see him live nowadays. The next one is the Black Crowes. The Black Crowes would be and was for a few shows the opening act for Aerosmith during their final tour, their farewell tour. The Black Crowes were the band's opening act, and they said, "We are shocked and saddened by this news from early today. Nothing but love and respect to our friends in Aerosmith. Heartfelt thanks for all the incredible memories." And we move to Bruce Kulick, who is known for being the former Kiss guitarist, and he also worked with Grand Funk Railroad for more than 2 decades. He said, Aerosmith's recent announcement is sad. Steven and his band are iconic. Meeting Steven Tyler has always been incredible, and here's a photo of us from a rock and roll fantasy camp back 2009. He posted this photo. The music will be forever, but the live performances are gone. Billy Sheehan, who is the Mr. Big bassist and many other incredible bands, he said, a truly great band. First saw them open for Mott the Hoople along with the New York Dolls on a Halloween night in Buffalo in the 70s. Years later, Talas, who was a band he was part of, opened it for them at a secret club show in Buffalo, where they appeared as Dr. J. Jones and the Interns. Mr. Big opened for the European leg of Get a Grip tour in the 90s, a class act all the way. Wonderful people, wishing them the best. And there's another interesting statement that I want to read, and it's from Sammy Hagar. He's currently touring with Joe Satriani, Jason Bonham, and Michael Anthony in the Best of All Worlds tour, which he pays tribute to his Van Halen catalog, and it's a way to pay tribute to the late Eddie Van Halen too. And during the concert, he decided to talk about Aerosmith and to pay tribute to the band, and this is what he said. This was transcribed by Consequence .net. It's .net, yeah. And he said, we had some crazy news today. We got here this afternoon sometime, and we're all sitting around backstage, and a friend of ours that works for Aerosmith came and said, yeah, Aerosmith called retirement today. They quit. They stopped. God bless them. It's a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing. What a great fucking loss. I gotta tell you, one of the times in 1973, it was actually 1974, he said 1973, but this happened in 74. Montrose was playing Cobo in Detroit, and we were opening for Aerosmith, and we didn't know who they were. And they sold out Cobo, and I'm going, who the fuck are these guys? So we did our show, we did an encore, and we played Helter Skelter for our encore. And Aerosmith comes, and they open it with Helter Skelter, which is a song originally by the Beatles. Steven and I have been friends ever since. That's what Hagar said. Long story short, we love these guys. We all grew up with those guys. We grew up with them. Mike and I, Michael Anthony. They've been our competitors to Van Halen for fucking 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Fuck those guys. No. But we really do like them. He was joking. It's just that we're mad at them. But anyway, what a shame. It's a sad thing, but honest to God, my hat goes off to one of the greatest rock and roll singers of all time, Mr. Steven Tyler, for saying, I can't sing anymore. I quit. Fuck yes. Listen, that's honorable. That's fucking honorable. The day I can't sing anymore, I will fucking do the same thing. And that's what a lot of other motherfuckers should have done a long time ago. That's what Sammy Hagar said, and he's right. I mean, obviously there are many bands and many pop acts doing using playback. You know, they're not really singing, they're not really playing, because they can't do that anymore. They can't reach that register anymore. They can sing like they were. And man, it's the age. I mean, we all need to stop doing some stuff as long as, you know, with time. You know, we can't do the same thing we did in our 20s, in our 70s and 80s. That's impossible. It's nature. And that will eventually happen. And I really think that, you know, Aerosmith was true to their fans, because, you know, Steven admitted he couldn't do anymore. And he could easily used backing tracks to mimic and to do things, because a lot of bands do that nowadays, even younger bands. And you know, they really were honorable, and I agree with Sammy. And I had the chance to see Aerosmith back in 2018 or 17, if I'm not mistaken, and they were incredible. They were really incredible. And you know, it's good that they will leave for the fans the good memories, you know, not bad ones of keep going no matter what. And you know, I take my hat off to Aerosmith, and thank you for the music, thank you for everything. I hope you liked the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave your comment, tell me what you think, and let's talk about that. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.